Ugh. Living in LA has changed me. I am a completely different person. Trust me, when I moved here, I told everyone, I'm not gonna change, I'm gonna be same old Chicago Davari. Boy, was I wrong. If you're interested in moving to LA, do it. It is easily one of the best decisions I've made in my entire life, but it will change you. And here are some of the ways that it might. Number one, my voice, surprisingly. If you look at some of my earlier videos, like when I first started my YouTube channel, I'm gonna be like, oh wow, he actually does sound different.
I think Q&As are for famous people with fans actually invested in their lives.
My voice was so much more Chicago when obviously I lived there. All of my closest friends are born and raised in California. A lot of them have Valley accents, so naturally I just started picking up on their fluctuations and their tone. Can I have space? I didn't just move to LA and decide I want to have a Valley girl accent and talk like Kim Kardashian. If you look at my old videos, you'll see that the way I structure my sentences and all of that is all really the same. It's just my tone of voice. So I've even gotten comments on my TikTok saying, oh, the LA accent is real. And I'm like, what? Sometimes my Chicago accent will spill out though. For words like bottle, so any words that have an O in it, instead of saying like bottle, I say like bottle. Or there was this one time I said, oh, I'm so shocked to hear that. And she's like, it sounds like you're saying shack. I'm like, no, shut up. Number two, I grew accustomed to living in a large bubble that is LA. I don't know how to describe this to people. And some people that come visit me, they're like, oh, LA is so weird. LA is such a quirky city. Every part of the city, I'm talking Valley, I'm talking downtown, I'm talking the coast. There's a lot of strange things. In a lot of ways, when I am walking around the streets in LA, it feels like Los Angeles is in its own little bubble. So this guy posted on TikTok, he went to New York City, one of the rudest places on this planet. Can you stop? I'm talking. Asked for a scooped bagel. In New York City and asking for a scooped bagel. Someone takes out like the inside of the bagel and then, I don't really know. The guy in New York is like, I'm not gonna make you a scooped bagel, dude. And you know, the kicker of that entire story was at the beginning of the story, he said, I'm from LA. And it all made sense. Because only in LA could you make a weird, strange request as that and it's normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in a bubble. You want matcha with chips? There's a place down the street. You want to do yoga with goats? There's a place 5 miles away. And that leads me to my next point. Number 3, healthy habits. This is one of the big stereotypes about Los Angeles, and it's one that I think I've kind of fallen into a little bit. It's easy to be healthy here, but I think this is a common trend with most cities and states that have warm climates, because it's easier to be healthy when the weather's nice and it encourages you to be outdoors. It's so easy for me to be like, after my walk, I want to get an acai bowl. It's so refreshing, right? Because it's cold, it's fruity, you were just in the sun all day. Whereas in Chicago in the winter, it's like, oh, I was just in the cold, I need me some big, fat, greasy meal to devour. It's turned into, and then when I get home, I think I might want to, I don't know, make a smoothie. It's just... I didn't like matcha before I lived here, but I love matcha now. If you showed me matcha 5 years ago, oh, you're gonna love drinking these dark green drinks, I would laugh in your face because, ew, green drinks, green juices, juice presses, I love all of that stuff now. And that's just because of exposure. I started experimenting, especially living here alone and living in my own studio, sometimes getting bored. You know what, I am gonna try that acai bowl down the street, or I am gonna try that matcha place that I drive past every day for work. I'm not a vegan. I don't think I can ever be a vegan, but I love vegan food. Number 4, I think it's number 4. So my blood has thinned, 60 degrees, 50 degrees is now really cold to me. My body is no longer conditioned to handle the cold, so duh. Number 5. Not wanting to work. Now, this one's a little touchy because I never want to work and I'll never like a job that I'm at. But, you know, when I was living back home in Chicago, I was like, I need a job, I need to start saving money. Like, I had this like really responsible mindset. Living in LA, it's really easy to not want to work. The only way I can explain is that there's a lot of gig work in LA and there's a lot of like people not doing stuff during the day. Let's compare to San Francisco, where San Francisco is full of tech jobs that are 9 to 5s. You don't really see life bustling and, you know, really busy and crazy on the weekday, 9 to 5, but in LA, you see people wandering about and you're like, what are you guys doing with your time? And a lot of these people are assistants, a lot of these people are dog walkers, a lot of these people get paid to shop. Seeing all these different types of opportunities to make money that doesn't require you to sit in an office 9 to 5 is so encouraging. I don't have to live a traditional 9 to 5 job. Is it safe money-wise? Absolutely. Right now I'm in the position where like I will take a 9 to 5, but I would prefer not to. LA is extremely expensive, and if you can live here without working or, you know, doing more than the bare minimum, you have another thing coming for you. Please don't ever make that mistake in thinking LA is just like this little dream world, because you can get homeless really, really quick here. It does seem like no one here ever has a job, but I promise you a lot of those people are working really hard. You just don't see it. Your unique life will find you, trust me. There is something for everyone in this city. I wish I could stress it enough. I guarantee you your community is somewhere in these streets of LA. I think we're on number 6. Number 6, my Spanish has actually improved a lot. I took 4 years of Spanish in high school, and I took 1 year of Spanish in college. My Spanish, even with all that schooling, has never been as good as it's been now. Even at work, I'll encounter a lot of people that can't speak English, so I use that as an opportunity to practice my Spanish, and I've gotten really good at communicating. I'm slowly becoming a bilingual king. Also, love Mexican candy. Oh, I love Mexican candy. Number 7, I hate driving now. When I lived back home, I used to always be like, oh, see you guys later, see you later dad, see you later mom, I'm gonna go on a quick drive and just clear my head. I don't do that anymore in LA because I hate sitting in traffic. It's the fact that streets in LA are really small. I'm never fully relaxed when I'm driving. One small whip of your hand and you could be in the other like incoming traffic. But Los Angeles drivers are some of the most reckless drivers I have ever seen. I constantly feel at edge because people drive like maniacs. And I think it's because they sit in so much traffic. The moment they can speed up higher than 60 miles per hour, they'll do it. Oh my gosh, they'll do it. And it's so scary. And if I'm not on my game, or at least 80% of my game, I could be in an accident just like that. Number 8, having a second job. Do you know those LA stereotypes? Everyone you meet has a second job, or they're an actor, or they're this, or they're a model, or they're that. I fear that I have become one of those people. But you guys have to understand, this is just like, it's just one of the quirks of living here. Number 1, it's a really expensive city. So having a side gig or a second job for extra income so you can actually save your money, you know, put yourself in a better position in the future, that's another story. Even among that, again, you're seeing all these people live these unique, fun lives, and they're not living these unique, fun lives because they're working a 9 to 5. They're living these unique, fun lives because they have a quick little shift in the morning, and now they're out with their friends filming a music video so they could have it up by tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Having that side gig opens up opportunities, because if you're not in that office and you're out doing creative things, you're out doing these things you're passionate about, you're able to get more exposure, you're able to meet people. So I have a job that pays pretty well for the market, and recently I actually cut my hours down. Instead of working 5 days a week, I now work 4 days a week, and on the last day, I'm gonna just do dog walking instead. Why? Because more time to vlog, more time to make TikToks, more time to rest, more time to gather my thoughts. One thing that I feel like as a generation that we're all kind of coming across is that nothing is more valuable than time, and whether that time is used to rest, take a nap, film a video, edit a video, time is increasingly becoming so much more important than us in resources. Yeah, I am that LA stereotype, but living here you will understand why that stereotype exists. Number 9 is I've gotten more creative. Now, I think I've always had a creative side to me. I just don't think I was ever in an environment that would nurture it, and living here truly, I feel like nurtures creativity, and it embraces creativity in a way where you are constantly trying to figure out, how can I make myself better? How can I be more creative? How can I make my videos better? How can I be funnier? How can I be more authentic? How can I be more real? So seeing all these young people have these booming careers, and they're sometimes even younger than me, I'm 22 by the way, have these booming careers because they did something really creative and they did something really unique, is always really inspiring to me, and it's inspiring to anyone. It's like having a friend group where all your friend group wants to do is party and drink and sit in someone's house. You don't feel inspired. But being in an environment where you see all these people doing all these cool things, and whether or not you're jealous, or whether or not it's something you exactly want to do, or whether or not you agree with it, it makes you wonder, wow, this is what I've been missing. Like I haven't really been acknowledging this side of myself because I haven't been around the right people to bring it out. And I feel like LA has all the right people to bring out some of those unique talents and those unique creative thoughts. Oh, I could talk about this forever. I could talk about this forever. And number 10, my final thing that's changed me is that I'm actually genuinely happy. I'm a naturally happy person. I was happy when I lived at home. I was happy in school. I was happy in college. But what I thought was happy back then is completely different to me now. You know, I may not be the richest person in the world, broke, single person trying to live in Los Angeles. I may not have a successful, booming career, but I am genuinely happy living here. So I think that's what matters most. It's expensive and there's a lot of bad things. Like, I'm talking really positively about LA right now. It is a dream to live here, but there are definitely many, many downsides. But that's a video for another day. And then I'm just gonna end it right here. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. If you're interested in moving to LA or wanna move to LA, I have like several videos talking about LA, what it's like living here. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.